Hallo, herzlich willkommen bei Martina Meets. Hier sind wir wieder mal und diesmal mit dem Drummer von Motorhead, Mikkey Dee. My main question, you know, because I heard about it that you've been in the jungle lately. Yeah. You did this in Sweden,
get me out
from
here, yeah.
Sweden, and you went to Malaysia to be there.
How went to the Taman Negara, which is the oldest rainforest on the planet, and it was incredible. You know, I'm very happy I did it. I don't think I'd do it again. But,
why not?
Nah, it was. I don't know. I wanted to try it and see how I could survive in the jungle, which was great, fun, you know. And but it's one experience is enough.
Yeah, but I heard about that you got really, you had fears about ants and, you know, that you really don't really into that stuff. So I was really surprised to hear that.
No. I got no problem with it.
No?
No, I had no problem. I have no problems with that. So
but you had to eat stuff like that?
Yeah, I had to eat some nasty shit, yeah.
And how does
and that's not the most fun thing, of course, but I ate a raw iguana, which was nasty, and a big nose beetle, and but I think I got away I got away with a lot of stuff. I didn't get to eat too much stuff. That was about it. And then I had to stick my head in, you know, boxes with scorpions, and they were stinging me, and you know, some big black ones. That was pretty. That's pretty scary.
They're really, yeah.
30
but,
of them.
They're really like poison, you know.
Yeah. They stood next to me with antivenom, anyways.
How did you feel?
No, that's scary, but you just had to do it. You needed to.
So you concentrate just to go through it and then
block off your.
Okay.
If you had a box of scorpions here, I wouldn't stick my head into it, you know, pick up stars with my mouth.
Yeah, we should know that before we would bring this up.
But when I was there, you're so focused and you really want to do well, you know, so you kick ass.
So what made you do this? I mean, I'm wondering. Because you had to break up the tour, right? I mean...
I left the tour, yeah.
You left the tour and the drummer who had to step in was one of the former
Guns N' Roses
drummer who stepped in. So that was quite important for you, I think.
Yeah, it was, but you know, don't forget we tour so much with Motorhead, and when this came up, you get a shot like this maybe once in your whole life, you know, to try something like this.
That's true.
And doing 150 to 200 shows every year, you know, I've been touring non-stop for almost 25 years now, except 1989. When I did an album for over 11 months. So...
And we get used to that, you know, people...
So, you know, a lot of... I saw when... I got really pissed off first when I looked on the internet when this was announced. Yeah. I get a lot of bad comments the first, you know...
Is that true?
Yeah, fuck Mikkey Dee, you know, how can you leave... How can you not do the US tour and do something stupid like this, you know, and people just don't understand. But... the closer I got to leaving, people realized really what it was. And then it was all good. There was nothing bad. Not one single bad comment about it. Yeah. And when I got back, people seemed to be more interested in this than I was, you know what I mean? So
for you it was done, but
I was already done then. But you know what I mean? It's like I tour all the time. And you got to be able to take time out sometimes and do... other stuff than just play drums. I'm behind this drum kit, you know, every day, almost 365 days a year, you know. So, of course, not to be crazy, you like to do other things. And when this came up, I thought it was an excellent opportunity of doing something that I like to do, something fun. And because I don't do a lot of television, especially not in Sweden. We do these kind of shows, you know, but not all these normal, I call them grown-up play shows, you know what I mean? Different musical stuff, and you know, I say no to all that stuff, but this was something I'd like to do, you know.
So you basically don't actually watch TV, or you don't know
I watch movies, but I don't like all these
you know, all this stuff like Star Search and stuff like that was actually...
I don't like
that's what my next
no.
question, what do you think about it? To get a Star Search or Superstar, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a little bit, you know...
Well, I feel sorry for a lot of the younger generation that are actually growing up with this, because it does change how you become, if you want to become a star. I mean, when you're so young, you shouldn't even think about being a star. You got to love your instrument or love singing or whatever to begin with.
Music.
Yeah, and fame and fortune. That you know, that's, I don't know about fame, but that you can live off what you do, and that's a bonus. You know, it's not that shouldn't be why you start playing an instrument or why you start to sing. But it seems for a lot of young people today that is actually why they start, is to become a celebrity or to be famous and rich. And I say, fuck that, you know. I started as a 4 or 5 year old playing drums every day because I loved it. So, but time is different today, which I totally understand. So for some people it is a lucky shot, you know. They come out there and they get to show off.
Sometimes.
And sometimes very lucky. But for a lot of people that are actually pretty good, but they never make it, this is a bad thing, you know.
It is, definitely, because they put all so much hope in that.
I'm just glad I don't have to be there. That's all.
I wish I would love to. I mean, that would be great to see you there.
Talent show, you know. Maybe I do a drum
talent
song.
show. Yeah,
I'll be kicked out right away.
Well, I mean, you can try it with singing first.
Oh, God, no.
See what's coming out of that.
I'll stick
but you got the same shows in Sweden as well, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can see the same shows everywhere, you know.
But it's funny, you know, in America they got, like Jennifer Hudson, she became a big star.
Yeah.
And in all the other countries, I never heard about them, you know. But I really agree with you. You know, I think that you really have to. Okay, go ahead.
No, you see the British side too. The X Factor, the Idol, the Pop Idol, all the. I mean, a lot of these kids you don't really see anywhere else than just in Britain, maybe. And I'm sure Germany's got their own little territories.
Right.
And I know in Sweden that it's bigger than ever, this idol shit, you know. So I don't say shit because most people like it, and just because I don't necessarily like it doesn't mean it's shit, you know.
Yeah, but I think.
But it's not for me. You know,
I think I don't want to interrupt you, but I think it's more funnier for the people to watch that in the first place, to see all those people how they're gonna blame themselves, you know, in front of the camera when they start singing and just can't sing,
it's just
a
different thing. It's just not for me. That's all, you know. Yeah. I don't like it that much, but other people seem to like it, so fine, you know.
Yeah, the audience.
Same with this jungle show, Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. Some people think it's the worst shit they ever seen, and some people, I mean, get so into these kind of shows that they go crazy. But I didn't do this TV show for anyone else except for myself. You know, I wanted to try myself and to be isolated in the jungle for 3 weeks, no food,
how did
no
you
nothing.
feel when you came back?
Weird.
Really?
Yeah.
There was some kind of back from
no, but it
isolation.
does give you a perspective on a lot of things. I'll tell you that.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I thought that it's not the same, like you got a plane crash and you end up in a jungle, you know, it's quite different. But sure. So you got a little safety at least, you know, exactly.
Well, it's all safe, but it's up to you to manage to stay there. You don't need safety by starving, you know. I mean, they know exactly what to give you. You're not going to die out there, but it's more mentally very, very exhausting to be able to function in that group and to do your tasks and just to wake up every morning and not want to go home, you know. Just get the hell out of there. You can leave if you want, you know.
Of course.
It's not a prison, but then you're really wimping out, you know. So my whole thing was to focus on finishing this thing off and do it enjoying it, not like I have to, you know, like I'm freaking out just to stay there because I wanted to be to the end. I really did enjoy every day, you know. I woke up to all these animals, you know. The nights were amazing. I would never experience something like that again, you know. All big, you know, families of monkeys moving back and forth in the treetops, and we had snakes everywhere, scorpions. I mean, you know, animals I've never seen.
The snakes?
No, not at all.
Crawl over you and stuff like that. I never would do that, to have all that courage to go over there, you know, leaving everything behind, you know. But when you come back, like you said, you know, it was like worse, you know, it was like a different world.
It was worse than I thought. Yeah.
Worse than you thought?
Yeah, it was.
It was not like, oh, finally a shower, finally I can get a steak or whatever.
Yeah, you thought about all that stuff too, but that's not... The food was least the problem. I thought that was going to be the biggest problem, but it was probably the smallest problem. It was so many other things that were way bigger than just the fact that you ate half a cup of rice every day. That's it, you know.
So what was
I
the worst
couldn't
thing?
eat the fucking beans. They were horrible. So I just had about
That's what we heard
that
in
much
Germany
rice
too.
every day, and it's nothing, you know.
Yeah, they were all complaining
Olive
about
oil.
the beans, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Beans are awful.
Yeah, that's what they say in Germany as well,
Yeah.
you know. Seems
It was crap, but no, I thought that was at least the problem, was the food.
So what was the main problem for you being there?
Main problem was to be able to take the pressure of being in that group and the heat, and everything is wet the whole time, and everything needs to be prepared. The wood was wet, the clothes are wet, there's never any water. You had to always boil water. You always have it's preparation for everything. It's well thought out, you know. So they really fuck with your mood, you know.
Yeah.
And they know that when you start starving, you're going to be very quick to get pissed off. So it's a pretty brilliant idea, you know. But and to be able to function in this group when you know that you just want to fucking kill that person right there. Not kill, but you want to smack it, you know.
Yeah. And you had no chance to get away from it, you know.
Well, you have to really focus on your own thoughts and really move forward and try to be to function and to do something good, you know. But I lasted a long time. I kind of gave up my final spot to Yannick. I came in third. I would have been in the final probably if I didn't give away the last task to Björn Borg's ex-wife. Then I would have probably maybe could have won the whole thing. So I was happy to stay the whole time.
You could be the Jungle King now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we see you as a Jungle King. I mean, no matter what.
For me, I'm my own Jungle King.
Yeah, well, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit of music, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're a songwriter as well.
Oh, yeah.
And you write when you write songs, then you use guitar riffs for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Even you're not a guitar player. And
Oh,
but
but
you
I-
guys actually, yeah, go ahead, dear.
No, it's I sing a lot of riffs to Phil, and I also do play guitar a little bit, you know, to be able to communicate via the guitar. But of course, Phil comes up with a lot of the riffs, you know. But then I might be able to change parts of that riff that he comes up with. So you know, together we piece it together.
And you play piano as well.
Yeah, a little bit. You can, you know.
Pling, pling, pling.
Yeah, pling away.
Pling away, same like
That's
me.
all you need. I mean, you have the as long as you can get melodies and instead of that chord, do this chord, or you know, take that key instead. I mean, it's easy. It's not that
But
hard.
you know, I heard that you guys write songs and you don't have actually so much rehearsals. You just write the songs. You got everything in your brain, everything in your mind, everything. Just go in the studio and record it. Is that true?
That's true.
Oh, really?
Because that's very spontaneous writing.
Yeah.
For us, it works, but I don't know any other band in the world that actually worked this way.
Yeah, neither do I. That's why I'm asking.
No, but for us, it doesn't seem to work that we nitpick through songs and a lot to pre-production and you know, demoing stuff and going back to songs. We seem to get very bored quick with our songs that way, you know. And I think Motorhead sounds best very spontaneous writing. I mean, it does not matter if I work on a song for a year. The moment I put that song down in the studio and wait another 6 months, then I still know what I should have done differently. So why not save that whole year and use... When I think the song is good now, I say, oh, this sounds great. Then I like to record it. and then it's already past. It's history. It's done.
Yeah.
Because I'm always gonna listen to it months later and go, oh, I should have done this or this or this or this.
And that's a different.
But and also I think if we work on a riff too long, if it doesn't feel right, pretty much right away, it's not a good riff. We just try to beat a dead horse.
That's right. Yeah. I think
And writing so many albums and worked so long in the business, staying up there under pressure, it's a lot better that we cut that process of dealing with a song too long. If it ain't right, it ain't right.
Right.
Throw it out and move on.
Because you can't work on that.
Because you can't turn shit to ice cream.
You can't. Right.
So. But sometimes you get that riff and you go, wow, bam, and we build on that, and suddenly the song is done. And then sure, we adjust stuff with Lemmy's vocal and melodies, and before we actually cut the song, there might be a few more changes back and forth. That's not what I'm saying. What don't seem to work for us is that we keep going back and demoing. Let's demo this song and then bring it to maybe to a producer. And yeah, I like this, but it should be you got to change that bridge into the chorus. You have to do maybe a double chorus. Feels better going in. Piss off. This is what we feel right now. This is Motorhead. Yeah. This is the pure writing from the three of us. There's no more chefs in this soup, and this is it. That's how it should be.
That's wonderful.
And sure, some songs come out worse and not as good as you thought, but other songs come out better than you thought they will. So, we just try to do ourselves a favor and cut that whole long process, because it's, in the end, we still gonna come back and go, oh, I should have done this or that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically the way it goes, that people really start thinking over, and we take the bridge out, we make some more harmonies, we make this, and then you got a completely different song. So I understand what you mean, but nobody actually works like that, That's why I was wondering when I heard that.
Oh, like we do. Yeah, no one does. Most people do take the long process.
Right.
And, it seems to work for some bands. They come out, but they also aim maybe more writing towards the hit action, to get a radio hit or to get a hit record. We really don't care so much about that.
So it's actually not that you want to be in the charts, really.
We want to be telling people, this is, for instance, the new Motorizer. This is what we thought sounded great when we wrote it. But by the time the album's out, we already moved on. If we did a record 6 months later, it'll be a different type of album. So that's how we work it, and I think that seems to work best for us.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it seems like it. We're
Sounds
still
great.
here.
Sounds great.
We're still here, and we don't have time.
Really great.
We got to be on the road, so we don't have time to fuck around with an album forever. We just want to get it done and get back on the road.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about with you later on, because we have a little competition tonight.
Supply me the Swedish tobacco that I'm going to take now.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Whatever you want.
Yeah. Well,
just go ahead. What is that? What are you doing right now?
Swedish tobacco.
Swedish tobacco? Oh, you put it in your nose?
No, under your lip.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Instead of cigarettes. Well, you must have seen that.
Are you a former smoker and now you
No. In Sweden, 9 out of 10 guys do this instead of cigarettes. Only girls.
But that looks funny. You know that?
Ah, that's okay.
Oh, this is.
I was scaring away the animals when I put that in. They got scared of me.
So last question. What I think is really the funniest or worst thing whatever happened to you on stage.
Oh, that's the hard.
Okay, 10 stories.
No,
we got time.
I can't answer that.
No, the worst thing or the happiest thing.
No,
whatever.
you can't, because it happens all the time.
Yeah.
You have a great moment. I had a great moment as late as the other day in London, that I think was one of the better shows we ever done there. So that really makes you feel like $1 million, And the worst ever happened, I don't know, that happens all the time too, little shit. So I can't answer that question. I can answer it like this. We like Spinal Tap with no script. So it's really good stuff and really bad stuff. We go up and down with Motorhead all the time. Mostly it's only good stuff.
Okay, one last question for you. I mean, sometimes it could be that there's little conflicting lines of authority between you guys. I mean, you are the Three Musketeers, but you have that. I mean, there can't be sunshine like all the time. But it's like a family. And so how are you going to handle that, guys? You know, I mean, everybody goes away and say, okay, we calm down for a while and then we stick together and talk about it?
Yeah, sure. You know, we don't fight below the belt, you know, and it's... we all three individuals that are very different, and of course it's going to be because we tour all the time. We do 4 continents every year. It's not we do one long tour this time and then have 3 years off like a lot of bands, you know,
like a lot of bands do.
And then they do a record for a year and then they come back on the road the 5th year, you know. No, we do 4 continents every year. And a record every other year, so we're working very hard. So it's going to be very natural that it will be some arguments and discussions over everything and everything and nothing. And we work it out. We always work it out. We're still here.
Otherwise, it doesn't.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. No.
Stick together, you know. I mean, wonderful.
So that's all good.
Thank you very much. Right. You got a Christmas wish?
Yeah, a nice and peaceful Christmas. No travel.
No travel. Would you go back in the jungle, by the way?
I'll go back one day. Yeah, I would.
Or maybe you're going to buy some snakes by tomorrow.
I don't know. I wouldn't go back this year, though. I said I've done it once, but I don't want to do it again. But that's probably a little lie. It was so fantastic. I'd like to... I would go out one more time, I think.
Okay.
If I get the question, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you so much, Mikkey.
All right.
It was really fun. Ja, liebe Zuschauer, das war's wieder bei Martina Meets. Diesmal mit Motorhead-Drummer, dem ultimativen Mikkey Dee. Es hat richtig Spaß gemacht, also schaut wieder rein. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Ciao.